Hello, this is David Hernandez, and I would like to go over 10 tips on how to conduct an engaging professional webinar. Tip 1, be on time. This means logging in at least 15 minutes prior to your presentation. Why? Well, because most likely you have to upload a PowerPoint presentation and make sure that the formatting looks appropriate. Also, in case of any technical issues, mostly audio. And speaking of audio, no pun intended, make sure that you're using wired mic headphones, not Bluetooth, because you want to sound as clear as possible. Speaking of sounds, make sure there's no barking dogs in the background.
Who let the dogs out?
Tip 2, dress to impress. If you're going to show yourself on camera, dress as you would if you were presenting in person, because you are a professional. Creating a professional environment starts with you. Tip 3, professional photo. If you're not going to be showing yourself on camera, please show a professional photo of yourself. No one wants to see that selfie you took at Cabo San Lucas, even though it's one of the best selfies you've ever taken. Here's an example of a professional photo. Add your name and title under your photo. Tip 4, set clear expectations of the webinar. Depending on how many attendees you have in your webinar, I recommend muting them all and having them use the chat feature. This way, you will have less interruptions and will be able to answer questions as you go. You can also advise the participants that at the conclusion of the presentation, you'll give them the option to raise their virtual hands if they have any questions and would like to speak. Tip 5, smile. Smiling and adding humor to your presentation will engage your participants because no one wants to listen to this kind of voice.
Bueller. Bueller.
However, be genuine because you don't want to sound or be this guy.
So can I get you gentlemen something more to drink, or maybe something to nibble on? Some pizza shooters, shrimp poppers, or extreme fajitas?
Tip 6, avoid slides that you only show for a few seconds. Your slides should be as engaging as your voice, meaning the visuals that you use and the text that you're showing on the slides should make sense and be memorable. Tip 7, stick to the script. This will keep you on schedule and also create a nice flow to your presentation. If you did not write a script, your presentation will most likely fail. Tip 8, check in. Throughout your presentation, be sure to check in by asking if anyone has questions or kindly remind them to add their questions in the chat feature. This is a great way to engage them without having them speak. If you're using Cisco WebEx, you can simply ask your audience to give you a green check mark when you ask a closed-ended question. For example, can everyone hear me okay? Give me a green check mark for yes and a red X for no. Tip 9, make sure to answer all questions at the conclusion of your presentation. If you don't have the answer for whatever reason, make sure you still address it and let them know that you'll follow up after the session. And finally, tip 10, ask for feedback. Hold your audience accountable by having them hold you accountable. Make sure you let them know why it's important to provide you feedback. I usually say, please take a moment to let me know what you enjoyed about this presentation and what I could do to make it better in the future. So there you have it, my top 10 tips on how to conduct an engaging professional webinar. Thank you.